A very good evening, everyone. Jeremy here, quantstrategic.com.sg, and just an update for you on the STI for the past trading week. A very nice rally across the world, and most markets have rallied nicely. And the STI has now broken out of its range, starting from the 30th of November 2020, and a long signal was issued on a 4-hourly chart at 2872, targeting 3108. Looking at the monthly chart, what we can actually see is that our initial target at 2813 was hit in November last year, took a break in December, and then in January, we are now poised to hit the super trend line of 3108. Breaking this super trend line will turn it blue, all right, giving us a very long-term signal to go long. And the first obstacle that it needs to cross is this line on the 3270, which is the SSSA line on the cloud. All right, so this particular area here on top here, all right, so this particular area here is important for the STI to continue its uptrend, all right, to break its long-term downtrend since September 2019. All right, so let's see whether this happens. So the first target that we're looking at is 3108, and thereafter the second target will be 3270, and thereafter can we confirm whether there's going to be a long-term trend trading above the cloud of the SSSA line in the Ichimoku cloud. So moving on to the medium-term charts. On the weekly charts, you can see a very nice, lovely green candlestick for last week's trading week, and currently still heading for 3108, and it is different from the monthly charts. As you can see, we are now trading clearly above the SSSA line. This particular region, we can expect to see more upside if this particular region holds, all right, and 3108 and then 3270 are the upside targets for now. And moving on to the daily charts, which most of you are, I assume, are using for your trading. All right, so the long signal issued on the 4th of November 2020, just prior to the election results, and the rally that ensued basically continued very nicely all the way up, took a range break here for the entire month of December. And most importantly, I want you to take note that on the daily chart, it never violated this super trend line right here. And if you hang on to your portfolio positions for the last 2 months, you'll be richly rewarded with a close of 2993 on Friday last week. And that would have given you a very nice, almost a $500 profit on the STI. So looking at the 4-hourly chart, which is the chart which I use on a shorter term basis to gauge my positions. Some of you have been asking about the short and long signals. Just want to discuss with you how you can actually manage your trades based on the 4-hourly charts on a short term basis. So based on the 4-hourly charts, you can see the long signal on the 3rd of November. All right, that was issued at 2494. All right, so you enter the trade once you see this particular red super trend line is broken. All right, you go long, and essentially your stop loss system would be used on the base of the super trend line here. All right, and once this super trend line has reached your entry position, you can actually raise your stop loss to cost, protect your trade to the long side, and thereafter ride this particular super trend line all the way until it broke. All right, so this particular trade would have lasted you from November all the way to just prior to December month close, and a nice 340 point profit on the STI. And for those who trade, you can see over here the super trend line was violated and it turned red. All right, and essentially nothing could be done within this particular area where it ranged for almost a total of 5 weeks. All right, trading between these two levels. All right. So for traders, those who want to do swing trades, you would have waited for a break of this particular super trend line on the 7th of Jan, which was last week, I think was Wednesday, where the STI broke out. All right, and you could have taken another long position for this particular rally at 2872. All right, and having a stop loss once again following this super trend line. So we want to see next week how this particular trade will develop. And currently, if you had gone long at 2872, your stop loss would be at 2892. All right, protecting at least 20 points of your STI profit, and see how price develops over the next couple of weeks, whether it tests the pivot of 2892 and bounce back up and continue its trend towards 3108, which is our long-term targets, or we can review our trades as we go along. So just to sum up the discussion for the Straits Times Index, a lovely start to 2021 and a very obvious target of 3108, where we might start a long-term uptrend, assuming that we break 3270 to the upside. So 3108, 3270, we want to see the STI pierce through the cloud and remain above the cloud so that it can make higher highs into the next year. And we have an uptrend on the medium-term charts on the weekly, and a very nice rally still on a short-term basis on the daily chart, as well as a nice long signal on the 4-hourly charts for the STI. All right, guys, so there will be videos coming out on trade entries. Just hang on to that. Click on the bell button to get notifications as to when that video will come out. There will be a series of videos on technical trading. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I'll catch you again soon.